between. From A to Z.
And from A to Z rolls on with a very interesting story at the top. Jay providing the soundtrack. Sarah Fuller. You heard me right. Sarah Fuller. Becoming the first woman in college football history to play in a Power 5 conference game. Vanderbilt was just absolutely decimated at the kicker position, at many positions actually. She came in there and kicked. If you're wondering, she's one of the best players on Vanderbilt's soccer team, which is an outstanding SEC soccer team. She makes history. Congratulations to her. She said, it's great for all the girls out there that watched me do it on Saturday. Put your mind to it. You can do it. Here's Sarah on if she plans to stay the rest of the way.
I talked with Fitz during the game, actually, and he was my special teams coach, and he was like, we'd love to have you stick around, and I would love to continue learning and refine my kicks and everything. This morning, I plan on going to the meetings and learning. I asked for some film on some NFL kickers that are comparable to how I kick, so I can refine that, and I'll stay around as long as they want me till they kick me off. So I'm here for the long run.
Yeah, great stuff. We should mention, though, the only downer to this story has nothing to do with Sarah.
Don't do it.
Vanderbilt head coach Derek Mason was fired after the game.
Well, I mean,
they lost 41-0.
They probably was fired before. He probably was fired before the game. They
Tough
just
job,
said,
man. Tough job.
Yeah, they probably just
Missouri.
said, we know you got some issues, but we got to part ways with you. But she's going to be the best kicker in the history of Vandy when it's all over.
Yes, indeed. Because remember, right now, it's strange. She had the kickoff, but because Jay said they lost 41-0, no extra points, no field goal, nothing really went down. But great for her to put herself in the history
when you
books.
think about these jobs and stuff for coaches, that's a job that if I see that area code in Vandy, I don't care what school I'm at, I'm going to look at that thing, be like, nah, I'm cool. Because you can't win at Vandy.
Only James Franklin has done it. I mean, in the modern era, really.
It's too
Bobby
hard.
Johnson was okay for a minute, but yeah,
It's
really
too
just James.
hard. It's so hard.
Can you imagine if you're Sarah? You're like, please, just get into field goal range.
Give me a
chance, please.
But it's great that she's going to continue on to the program. She says she'll be at meetings. The Jets need to get with the program. It's probably a little bit too late here. They're 11-game skid now, the second longest in team history. By the way, they played the Dolphins, and I love the Dolphins. They're on the way up. The Dolphins are not world beaters. In 2 games against the Dolphins this year, the Jets have scored 3 points. Just wanted to throw that out. Adam Gase, listening to this back and forth, for those of you that live outside of the tri-state area, this is what they mean about the New York media. Adam Gase jousting on the play calling.
Adam, why did you take over the play calling?
I didn't take over. We did this. We've done the same thing the last 4 games.
We were watching Dowell for the whole game. He wasn't doing anything, and he was just standing there.
He tells me it's not hard. This is not hard.
It's not hard.
We go through it the drive before. Hey, these are the 3 plays. I do the third downs.
So what happens after the 3 plays when you have a series? Because we were watching one where Dowell was talking to Frank Pollock. He wasn't calling the plays. You were.
What part of the game was it?
I want to say that was the third.
Yeah, when we got down, then I was trying to do some of the 2-minute stuff.
Dowell is Coach Loggins, by the way. For those of you that don't know, the Jets backwards and forwards. Essentially, the guy that many thought was calling the plays. Gase saying, I wasn't, I was. Nobody knows what's going on here. Key, what do you make of this as a former Jet?
Yeah, well, it's not even necessarily a former Jet because I think he shouldn't have been hired to begin with, right? But I don't know. I do know, but I don't understand. What goes through the minds of the individuals help making the decisions to hire this dude? Or any coach for that matter. When you're sitting down and I'm hiring the CEO to run the situation in a company, I'm going to be asking him certain stuff.
Let it out, Key.
Why in the hell would you hire him to begin with?
Let it out.
Like he's sitting up there getting caught in a lie. Well, I actually did 2 minutes, but hold on, bruh. 1 minute you said you wasn't calling the plays. The next minute you only doing third downs. Then the next minute you're doing 2 minutes. When the reporter goes, well, I saw a coach talking to somebody else when the play was being called.
He wasn't doing anything.
He wasn't doing anything. Now what? I mean, that is hilarious.
It's not hard, Key. It's not hard. It's not hard.
In 2 minute situation, but in most offenses that I've been in, we called the 2 minute, the quarterback, because it's moving so fast. All you do is get a signal from the sideline and you call it. You don't look at the call sheet. You say you're moving. Everything is on the run. So they're going to give you a 4, a 2, a 3. You know we're in 2 minute. What a 2 means, what a 3 means, you just know. And so I don't know. How could he?
Key,
I love Peyton Manning to death. I love him. One of my good buddies in this league. I don't know how he put his name to that. I just don't know how Peyton was able. I don't know.
Endorsing Gayser.
How did you put your name to that? And I know Peyton and Archie and them sit back at home and they go look at each other at Thanksgiving. They probably was looking at each other going, you really signed off on that dude? I mean, like, come on.
I've worked through so many emotions with Adam Gase. Like, I'm over being angry at Adam Gase now. Like, this is who he is. That's why I said, for me, the most entertaining times on Sundays are watching the post presser with those individuals. Matt Nagy, him. I mean, you're just going to get the best form of entertainment. And now, just triple down. Just stay with him. I mean, I don't want to change things up. I don't want to win the game. Stay in the Trevor Lawrence race. Stay in it. Let him keep blundering games. Go 0-16, 0-16, however the hell you want to phrase it, and just get to the prize at the end of the road.
Whatever that prize is, hopefully he will not be around to see that prize unwrapped.
He can't be. There's no way.
Man, some of the weirdest things have gone on in the National Football League in terms of retaining coaches and hiring coaches. So,
can we go back to something we talked about at break? Can we just let it out?
What's that?
You and I were just talking about the fact that, all these coaches.
Yes.
And you said a lot. Look, there are 5 or 6 good coaches in the league.
Yeah, it's a handful of them. The rest of them bums.
Let's talk about why they get hired.
Because it's nepotism, it's friends, it's people.
Exactly.
You look at the Bob Quinn situation. He hired Matt Patricia after, well-documented, Coach Caldwell comes off a 9-7 season. After a 9-7 season and the team going to the playoffs the 2 years previously. Then you hire him because y'all used to drink coffee in the lounge together in New England. Boom. Oh, Zubin, when I get hired, I'm bringing you on as my capologist.
Boom.
Like, you don't do that. You hire the people best fit for that. Bob Quinn went on to talk about they needed a leader who could beat the good teams in this league because Coach